Guys, Matt here. This is my review of The Dead. Now, The Dead is directed by John Madden, who brought us Shakespeare in Love, Captain Corelli's Mandolin, and Proof. Now, this movie stars Helen, Mirren, Sam Worthington, Jessica Chastain, Tom Wilkinson, Ciarin, Hinds, Marton, Csokas, and Jesper Christensen. In case you're wondering, what the heck is this movie about? The movie takes place between 1966 and 1997. These three Israeli operatives in 1966 were given the mission to obtain and deport back to Israel this surgeon, this doctor who did these terrible, terrible experiments to people during World War II. And in the course of the mission, something happens that changes all of their lives forever. So it has to do with what happened in 1966 as opposed to how it's affecting them in the present time of 1997. What's really interesting about this movie is the three characters make a decision that goes against everything they believe is right as far as the guidelines of the mission. And it really makes you stop and think, you know, have you ever made a decision that would benefit you, but isn't always the right thing to do? And it really makes you think, what would I do in a situation like that? If you like this movie after you see it, I definitely recommend movies like Rendition or even Return to Paradise, which is a very overlooked Vince Vaughn movie that's actually really good, and it asks the same questions. If I was put in a position like this, would I do what's best for me, or would I do the right thing? Before I saw this movie, as soon as I saw the trailer, my first instincts were, okay, this looks a lot like Munich. That's what it reminded me of. It's funny because Ciarin Hinds, who's in this movie, played Carl in the movie Munich. So I saw the movie, and I liked it. I really did. I thought the movie could have given us more. I mean, I know the plot was simple enough, but I expected more from the movie. As far as the acting went, the acting from everybody was really good. I mean, Sam Worthington's portrayal as David in this movie really stood out because, as opposed to his other roles who were just wooden and silent and very stoic, he did a good job in this movie. I guess you could call her newcomer of Jessica Chastain as Rachel. She did a really good job for a young actress. I mean, I hadn't seen her in anything else before, and then when I saw her in The Help, I just thought, wow, what range she has as an actress, because I could not tell going from Rachel, who had, you know, a really thick Israeli accent, to a southern woman in Mississippi. Really good acting. Marton Csokas, who usually plays not necessarily the nicest characters in his movies. He played Stefan, who was really serious and determined and really straightforward. Other movies he was in was Kingdom of Heaven, and he was in Lord of the Rings. He was also in The Bourne Supremacy and The Great Raid. He plays like a tough guy who's really easily aggravated and just really not quite a people person, but he gets the job done. Ciarin Hinds, who was also in Munich, his role was very small, but I like the job he did. Tom Wilkinson, taking a break from his authoritative roles in this movie was pretty good. Again, his role was small, but the main actress in this movie was definitely Helen Mirren. I mean, I knew she was a good actress before, but after this movie, for having to pretty much carry this movie with, you know, displaying all the emotion of what somebody that went through her ordeals must be facing, great job, great job. The only gripe I had with the movie was Sam Worthington played a younger David who would later be played by Ciarin Hinds. But the only thing that bugged me was I thought Tom Wilkinson should have played an older David as opposed to Ciarin Hinds, because Tom Wilkinson, to me, didn't really seem like he was the same guy that Stefan was in 1966. But that's just a small gripe. It's just me. So, the movie, if you like spy and espionage movies, check this one out. If I had to rate this movie from a 1 to a 5, I'm going to give it a 4. So, till next time, guys. See ya.